Alright, let's take a look at the brand new bonus series. This brand new Bugatti Divo is featured in Supercar Renaissance. You will find it at the very end of the Legends section under Road Collection, of course. And the series does feature two other cars. As you can see here, we got Lamborghini Asterion and Essenza SCV12, which is mostly featured in Elite section of the game, isn't it? So some mixture we got going here. So let's check in and find out what's in store for us upon winning this new Bugatti. Alright, Supercar Renaissance. Some of France and Italy's greatest cell creations face off in a test to see whose supercars will be left in the dark ages. I don't think any of them will end up in a dark age, but alright, so this series is just 18 tiers, featuring 3 cars, meaning there are going to be 3 time trials and 3 tiers of showcase featuring each car, right? Pretty typical. So that brings the number of events, actual events that you have to run to 45 events. That is 42 trophy events and 3 time trials. So and there is total of 67 gold and 67,000 racing dollars available for to win. As you can see here, the racing dollar once again and the gold rewards are kind of paired up. Just racing dollars, just add 1,000 to multiply it by 1,000, right? So first 25% completion will get you 8 gold and 8,000 racing dollars. 50% completion will get you most likely 13 gold and 13,000 racing dollars, and the 75% completion will get you additional 18 gold and 18,000 racing dollars, and the remaining 28 gold will be awarded upon 100% completing the whole series. Right, so yeah, let's check in real quick. And by the way, tier 5, the time trial, assuming that you own the Asterion, otherwise you wouldn't be able to do the time trial or the showcase tier. So assuming, I'm going on the assumption that you guys own all 3 cars featured in this series, this is where you will complete 25%. So once I unlock each tier, we'll check the PR requirement for each completion reward stage, right? So that's that. And then tier 9, right? 6, 7, 8, 9 is where you can claim the 50% completion reward. So the first 25% would be 11 gold trophies and 1 time trial, and then 50% completion. At this point, you would have completed 22 gold trophies and the first time trial, and then 75% completion, you would most likely get it done, I want to say, in tier 14. So 32 gold trophies and 2 time trials for 18 gold and 18,000 racing dollars, right? And then obviously 100% is pretty obvious, the whole thing, right? So now let's check in and compare these cars, right? So first contender, Lamborghini Asterion, 2015 Asterion, right? Mine is fully upgraded. Base PR for this car, I believe, has been boosted to 63.4, and maxed out it does go up to 86.1. So that is a boost of 22.7 PR points from upgrades. 28 upgrades available. The car itself is worth 650 gold. I believe the special event featuring this car is part of the, what do you call it? Events archive or event archives or something like that. That is apparently going away at the end of July or something like that. So at the end of next release. At the end of next release, as in before they roll out version 9.6, is when they are apparently doing away with Events Archive, which is getting kind of convoluted. That Events Archive's got tons of events, so they weren't kidding about archives. So we'll see if they ever decide to bring back some of those events in another form. But for now, there's no news other than the fact that they're taking it away. But the benefit is you will be able to run through some of those events because skipping to the next event is free now. So there are a bunch of events where you can run through and pick up some of the cars for free or barely any gold spent. So especially like older special events like the one that featured Asterion, yeah, you should be able to win this car without spending any gold, I think. Although, when you don't have any upgrades on any of these cars, the utility of it is also kind of limited because you can only go so far. So, now this car, so anyway, 650 gold is how much it costs. Service time is a little bit longer, 3 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah, I know. What's with that, right? Older cars. More expensive cars used to take longer to service as well. Now it's been standardized to like 3 hours pretty much across the board. But that wasn't always the case. What do you know, right? So, and since there is a showcase tier for this car, you can, if you don't own it, you can get 20% off, which brings the cost to 520 gold. That's 20% off, right? The car is featured in, along with this bonus series, 3 other series. So Hybrid Hypercar Clash, that's in Legend section. Concept Car Clash, that's also in Legend section. And Tour del Toro, which is also in Legend section. Plus this one, obviously, Supercar Renaissance. And without any gold put on the upgrades for this car, you can bring the car's PR up to 71.1, I believe. And if you want to max out, it will cost you 653 gold plus some 3.4 million racing dollars. So, I know, not too bad on gold front for fully upgrading the car. And especially if you can do it while they are offering some sort of a upgrade discount, even better, right? Knock off another, I don't know, 200 gold or something. So that's not bad. So that's the contender number 1. Contender number 2, the 2020 Lamborghini Essenza SCV12. All right, this one was presented in limited time series, I believe. You can kind of tell from the fact that I have 21 upgrades out of 28 available on board, which is pretty typical for what you need to meet the PR requirement for limited time series, right? 3 upgrades across the board. So this car's base PR starts at 69.3, and when fully maxed out, it does go up to 88.9. So PR is higher than Asterion, but up till now, this car was featured in a single bonus series in Elite section, Essenza Extravaganza, which is a single car bonus series, which was always kind of a bummer. And since this car is 2020, relatively new car, right? Actually, quite new car. Service time is standard 3 hours. Cost is 750 gold. So if you get the showcase discount, you knock off 20% from there. So what? You can knock off 150 gold, right? So that'll bring your cost to 600 gold. If you don't own it. Yeah, this car, as I said, was won through limited time series, but that was relatively new, so I don't know if that ever got put in the events archives yet. I'll have to look into that another time. But anyway, that's that. Anyway, with the racing dollar upgrades only, the car first tier upgrades basically. PR, you can bring it up to 74.2. And to fully upgrade this car, it'll cost you 1,500 gold and some 2.1 million racing dollars plus change. So yes, a lot more gold, but a good amount less in racing dollars. Yeah, I know. I feel like more players are asking to find a reason to spend more racing dollars and less gold, and I feel like developers are going the complete opposite direction. They're asking us to spend more gold and less in racing dollars, which we have no place to spend them on, right? After you play for a while, you will understand. If you're not there yet, keep racing. All right, and that takes us to the final contender in this bonus series, the brand new 2019 Bugatti Divo. Base PR starts at 77.9, maxed out. It does go all the way up to 93.1. And standard 3-hour service time. The car, if you don't end up winning through the limited the club day event, then it'll cost you 850 gold. Showcase knocks off 20%, so you can get it for 680 gold. And currently, as I'm making this video at the version 9.4, introduction of this car, right? This is the only bonus series the car's featured in. Maybe in the coming updates in the future, they might have an exclusive series featuring this car, but that would mean you would have to fully upgrade this car. Racing dollar upgrades alone, that's tier 1 upgrades, so 7 out of 28 can bring your PR up to 81.8. And to fully upgrade this car, it'll cost you 1,650 gold and some 2.7 million racing dollars and change, right? And to win this car through the club day special event, this is the PR that you need to meet, 89.4. That is, 3 upgrades across the board, right? It's the typical format. So, yes. And let's see, how much was that? That was like 550 gold, right? That was the cost to bring your PR up to win this car through that event. So yeah, in order to fully max out, you would have to spend another 1,100 gold. That is pretty pricey. Yeah. Anyway, so those are rundown on these 3 cars featured in the bonus series. Now let's run through the series itself and kind of find out what we're in for, right? So tier 1, we got Hunter at Dubai International, Elimination at Red Bull Ring National, and the Cup is going to be at Spa, 2 laps. So for these pretty fast cars, starting out with 2-lap Cup at Spa, that will take out quite a few service bars on your cars. That's what that means. But if you can complete that club day event within 3-hour, first 3 hours, then you will have instant service offer still going. So it'll be a good time to take advantage of that, right? Anyway, tier 2, we got Speed Snap at Porsche Test Track, short on-road circuit, Autocross at Melbourne, and the Cup as Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit. PR 70 is required. So starting out with the if you only own Asterion, you're gonna need almost all the racing dollar upgrades to get through this tier already. And it's gonna be another 2-lap cup. And that takes us to the tier 3, where we got Endurance at Catalunya National, Hunter at Monza Road Course, and the 24-hour Circuit Cup with a PR 71.4 required. And that is going to be 2 full laps at the 24-hour circuit. So that will definitely bring your car into critical condition, unless you have the fully upgraded car, in which case it'll take out almost all of that. So all right, and that takes us to the first showcase tier, which, by the way, you only need to win 2 trophies in tier 3 to unlock the showcase tier. So if you don't own this car, and if you want to take advantage of the showcase discount, make sure you can afford it. All right, because if you're thinking you have to complete the tier 3 to unlock it, you'll be surprised, because it'll unlock a little earlier than when you think it should, or it would. So anyway, we got tier 4 Lamborghini Asterion Showcase, where we got speed record at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix Circuit, and the cup at Daytona Motorcycle Course, another 2-lapper. And you will also have access to the time trial for Asterion, which is going to be at Silverstone National or International. And this is going to be the 25% completion tier, where you get to claim 8 gold reward plus 8,000 racing dollars. All right, moving on. Tier 6, we got Autocross at Catalunya Grand Prix, Endurance at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, and the cup at the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. PR 73.1 is required. And it's going to be another 2-lap cup. Lots of 2-lap cups here. All right. And tier 7, we got Speed Snap at Melbourne, head-to-head at Hockenheim Grand Prix. I'm assuming single lap. Yep. And then the cup at Dubai National Circuit, PR 73.7 required. So far, for Essenza and Divo, you can run through without any gold spent, right? So yet again, another 2-lap cup. And continuing on to the next tier, tier 8, we got Hunter at Mount Panorama, a full lap. And speed record at Bugatti Circuit, another full lap. And the cup at Monza Road Course, PR 74.7 is required. So now at this point, Essenza is going to require some gold upgrades, since Essenza's PR can only go up to 74.2 without any gold. But if you won it through the limited time series in the past, obviously your PR would be high enough to get through this. And that's another 2-lap cup. And that takes us to the tier 9, the 50% completion tier, featuring Essenza SCV12 Showcase. We got a drag race. It's going to be at Suzuka Grand Prix. And the cup at Daytona Road Course this time. Didn't we have a Daytona Cup for Asterion as well? Yeah, we did. That was a motorcycle course. This one's going to be at the road course. Another 2 laps. Right. And at the same time, you will have access to the time trial for Essenza SCV12, which is going to take place at Dubai International Circuit. All right, so that either you complete a time trial or just win the trophies, you will claim 50% completion, which will reward you additional 13 gold and 13,000 racing dollars. All right, let's continue on. Tier 11, we got Speed Snap at the Monza Junior course, elimination at Nürburgring Grand Prix, and the cup at Dubai Grand Prix. PR 74.7 is required. And it's going to be a 3-lap cup. All right. Continuing on, Tier 12, we got speed record at Berlin. Head-to-head at Laguna Seca, single lapper. And the cup for Tier 12 is going to take place at Catalunya Grand Prix. PR 80.4 is required for now. We're heading into longer cups, 3-lap cup. There we go. Continuing on, Tier 13. We got endurance at the Brickyard Road Course, Autocross at Spa, and the Cup at Hockenheim Grand Prix. PR 81.8 is required for another 3-lap Cup. Kind of getting the trend here, right? And that gets us to the final showcase featuring Bugatti Divo in this case. We got a Hunter at Bugatti Circuit and the Cup at Monza Junior course. 6-lapper. All right, and of course, no showcase cup ever has PR requirement. And time trial for this car is going to take place at Red Bull Ring National Circuit. And let's see, Tier 14, by the way, is the 75% completion tier where you will win 18 gold and 18,000 racing dollars. Continuing on, Tier 16, the final dash here. We got speed record at the Brickyard Road Course, elimination at Laguna Seca, and the Cup at Bathurst. PR 81.8 is required for this, once again, the triple lapper, right? And Tier 17. So far, up to Tier 16, all 3 cars can race because 81.8 isn't all that high of a PR, right? For these cars at least. But Tier 17, we got a big jump in PR requirement to get past this one. But before that, we got endurance at Dubai Club, head-to-head at the 24-hour circuit, a single lapper this time. And then the Cup at Suzuka East is going to require PR 90, which means Divo is the only car that can complete this one, as the other cars' PRs, just even when they're maxed out, don't reach 90. You know, as I said, Asterion taps off at 86.1. Essenza, even when you fully upgrade, it's going to come at 88.9 is when it's what you're going to get. While if you put just a handful more upgrades, you will be able to reach, actually probably one more upgrade will get me to meet the PR requirement here. Which one? Suspension, you have, it's not a dead end upgrade, so that'll be a good one to go with. And even though by itself does not get your PR up to 90, but let's see, how about the other one? Yeah, none of them really will bring your PR up to 90, does it now? Okay, the drivetrain does, and most likely engine does too, but yeah, that's getting pricey. Anyway, and then that takes us to the final tier, Tier 18. We got Hunter at Spa, Autocross at Porsche Test Track, short on-road circuit, and the final cup is going to be at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. PR 92 is required. And in order to meet that PR requirement, by the way, it's going to be a 5-lap cup. You're going to have to spend some 1,600, or no, you don't actually have to spend 1,600. You have to spend 1,265 gold by getting, basically maxing out drivetrain. And then, of course, body. Actually, you know what? You don't need to get body. You need to max out suspension. That's what you need to do. So that's additional 190 gold and some $500,000 racing dollars. It brings your PR up to 91, and getting the remaining 2 categories, brakes, 445 gold. And tires and wheels, 475 gold, will bring your PR exactly up to 92. So, yeah, that is some additional like 715 gold that you would have to spend after winning the car through the Club Day event. But that'll get you that additional, what was the final 100%? 28 gold. And you get to feel accomplishment, I guess, for completing the bonus series here. So there you have it. That is the bonus series overview featuring these 3 cars called Supercar Renaissance. So good luck to you, and thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.